In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to create a gorgeous full floral centerpiece DIY for your mantle, your entryway table, or anywhere around your home. Keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you are here today because in today's video we are going back to our fall season 2023. We had already started our fall season a few weeks ago, but we had to do Christmas in July, right? And if you have not seen our Christmas in July videos, I'm gonna link them down below so you can catch up. But in this video, we're going back to our fall decorating and DIY ideas. I have so many ideas to share with you starting today. Now also, when we started our season a few weeks ago, I already shared with you how to create a gorgeous wreath for your front door and then also a beautiful centerpiece on neutral colors. Those videos are also going to be linked in the description box below. But in this video, I want to share with you how to create a gorgeous full centerpiece DIY. Can be used for your entryway table, for your mantle, for an event that you may be having this fall season, a wedding perhaps. It is super easy to make, and I know that you will learn a few tips and tricks on how to create a gorgeous full centerpiece. So if you are interested, please stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends because that really is free and it helps this channel. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing because you will not want to miss what's coming up next. Now, if you are already subscribed, don't forget to turn that notification bell on because you will not want to miss any of the videos. That way YouTube will notify you when we post a new video here at Ramon at Home. Well, are you guys ready? Before we get started, I'm gonna actually take you on a small little shopping trip just to get inspired. Let's go. All right, so it is time to go shopping, and I wanted to bring you guys to Home Goods because this is one of my favorite places to come shop for inspiration. You guys, inspiration, it's totally free. That doesn't mean that you have to spend a large budget while you are shopping, but what you can do is get inspired. Home Goods has a lot of beautiful fall wreaths, as you guys are seeing on the screen. They are so beautifully made, but this is also a way to get inspired on ideas, how to make a wreath, how to make a centerpiece, and all of the items that will be DIYing. Also, you can get ideas on the color schemes that are trending this year, the items they're using, like in this case, lots of eucalyptus and beautiful flowers. I just absolutely love it. One of my favorite things to look for when I am out shopping at Home Goods is centerpieces. And you guys will see here in a second that centerpieces at Home Goods are so beautifully made with beautiful colors like this pink, and oh my gosh, isn't that just absolutely beautiful in that gathered together box. But they have a great selection of beautiful centerpieces with the pumpkins made out of velvet, the beautiful peonies. This is a non-traditional color scheme, but I just think it really works because it is absolutely gorgeous. And look at this cream and aquamarine. Oh my god, it is absolutely gorgeous, and a beautiful rattan basket. You guys really go out shopping. It doesn't have to be Home Goods. Just go out shopping for inspiration, be inspired, or you can always just watch my videos here on YouTube. And as I mentioned to you before, there's going to be a playlist down below so you guys can see past projects that we've done, some other centerpieces, wreaths, fall DIYs that I really think they're going to inspire you to create something beautiful for your home this holiday season. I'm gonna let you enjoy this shopping trip, and I will be back with you in just a minute to continue with our video. All right, you guys, so now that we are all inspired coming back from our trip to Home Goods, you guys, they have so many beautiful things that I feel so inspired to just create beautiful DIYs to share with you. So now we're gonna get into the studio and we're gonna decorate a beautiful centerpiece DIY for your home. Let's take a look. All right, everyone, so for our first fall DIY, what we're going to do is we're going to reinvent this arrangement that I did for our spring home tour. And so if you have not seen this DIY, I really recommend you check it out. It was super easy to make, but it's coming to an end. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it apart because we're gonna come up with something more beautiful for fall. And I always like to tell you that to store your flowers, all you have to do is, well, first of all, take them off your arrangement, and then all of these little details right here. This was so much fun to put together, but like I said, it does have to come down because, well, it's another season, and as you guys can see, it is super easy just by pulling all of this greenery. And you might want to just put this greenery aside because we're going to use it. And look just how easy it is to undo your floral arrangement. Look, you guys, it's so fun. And all you have to do is cut them. And that's why I like to sometimes not use glue when I'm doing arrangements, because you guys know that I just make them to show you. Sometimes I do set them up for when my family and my friends come, and I leave them out for a long time. But this particular arrangement was used just for the home tour and for the video, and so I had to take it apart in order to create something more beautiful, because what I really do like, it's the pot. You guys know, if you've been following the channel, that I am a crazy blue and white lover, and that I use it all throughout the seasons. And I cannot wait for you guys to see what we're going to be doing for Christmas using blue and white this year. It'll be my theme for the holidays, so I cannot wait to share with you. Look how easy that arrangement just came down. As I told you a few things, look, it is ready for my next arrangement. These also just come right out, as you guys can see. And before you know it, you have yourself an empty pot or container to redo your arrangement. All right, so I'm gonna clear this real quick. I'm gonna go store my orchids, and I'll be right back to share with you step number one. Keep watching. All right, so now that our containers all stripped down to the bare minimum, I do recommend to do a layer of moss right here, because that really hides your mechanics, and in case that you don't fill your container, it really is more pleasing to the eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab some of my fall foliages and I'm gonna start filling in. But you know what, before I do that, I do wanna start with some greenery, because is this going to be against a green wall? And so what I want to do is I want to make sure that I have some of that greenery kind of contrasting with the wall that is going to be against. And then also because I like to mix my greeneries. If you guys been following the channel, you know that I always like to do more than one type of greenery at a time, because that really just creates more depth and dimension, and also makes it look more natural. Floral arrangement is all about making your arrangements natural looking, and in order to do that, when I worked as a florist, I was told that what you need to do is basically use as many greeneries local to the area where you are creating, and then that will help you create a more natural look. All right, so this arrangement, I want it for under the R, and then it's gonna go on the green wall, but for right now, for display, I'm gonna put it under the R. So I want it to be long like this and then tall to one side. And in order to do that, I have to kind of pay attention where I'm gonna put it. So let's say this arrangement is going to go right here. So I want one of the sides to be taller and longer, so to kind of encase the R and the H. This also can work if you have, let's say, mirror or a picture that you want to work against, then that is what you need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring some of these fall foliages, and remember, what happens on the right happens on the left, and what goes up must come down. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a twist right here, 180-degree twist, so that way I can see all of it. And remember, this is going to be an asymmetrical arrangement, so one of my sides is going to be longer, so that's why I am setting up this side to stand up a little taller than this side right here. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these smaller foliages to fill in. So this is going to be kind of like the skeleton of my arrangement. And so now I just have to fill in the perimeter. And for that, I'm gonna use shorter foliages. This is a beautiful eucalyptus from David Christopher's. And you guys, if you've been following the channel, you know that we have a collaboration going on, but they are allowing you to use the code Ramon10 for the whole website. So you can go and buy some of these eucalyptus on their website and get an additional 10% off. So be sure to use the code Ramon10 at checkout for their website and you can have 10% off. So I just thought I'd share that with you. So remember to keep these ones as short as possible. This is, remember, just to fill in some of the perimeter of our container. So there's no rhyme or reason. We just want to make sure that there is a full foliage all throughout. All right, so I'm going to finish inserting these smaller foliages and I'll be right back with the next step. Keep watching. Well, if you've made it this far into the video, I want to ask you to please give the video a thumbs up and share it with your friends on Facebook, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, because that really helps this channel. And I also want to ask you today's questions, which is what is your favorite DIY for fall to decorate your home? Be sure to leave a comment down below because I cannot wait to read your comments. Let's get back to the video. All right, so I am back with some of the stems and I'm actually going to put these guys over here, because I'm gonna start working with this stem right here. Now this stem used to be a garland that I just clipped, and that is another tip I can give you. When you buy a garland, whether it's for Christmas or for fall, think outside the box and just go ahead and cut them. And this is, look, this is gonna give us that height, and then also it's going to be a draping matter right here. So what we want to do is, in the same line that you put your stem going up, you wanna go ahead and insert and make it go down, and see how it goes up and then it goes down and it looks like it's growing from the same branch. Now think of your floral arrangement like a tree, and there is a core to the tree, and out of that core the branches always spill everywhere, right? But they all come from that trunk of the tree, or what I like to call the core. So think of your arrangement as if it had a core in the middle and everything needs to radiate from that core, whether it's forward or whether it's up, it all needs to come from that same core. That way your arrangement will look well balanced and absolutely beautiful. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do one right here. And remember that what I do want is one side to be taller. So this is going to be my taller side, and so I'm gonna leave right there. But then I also want it to spill forward, so that's how long it's going to be. And so now I'm going to insert one. This is going to be my front, and I'll twist it around in a second so you guys can see it. I just love the sound when the foam gets poked by the stem. And so that's going to be my front. This is going to be my one side. Hang on, let me see. So I want it to be, so I'm working on the front, so this is gonna have to be on the other side, because if I do that, okay, so yeah, I'm gonna move this guy right over to this side. So now this is going to be my tall side, because it's going to be, that's basically how it's going to go on the wall against the R. So we always have to keep in mind what is behind, right? All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring another type of stem, and for that I'm going to bring this oak, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna poke right here, and so see that is giving us two types of foliages. And then I'm gonna add an even taller one. This also is from our friends at David Christopher's. Let me take the tag off because that's embarrassing. All right, so now that we took the tag off, what I want to do is I wanted to make it as tall as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and insert yet another one right here, like that. And look how tall it's going to be. Sorry if you lose me, but it is about the arrangement. It's not about me, right? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna look for some shorter ones, like this one right here, and I want it to spill forward a lot more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this stem. You know what, I need to cut it a little bit. And don't be afraid to cut your stems, you guys. You already paid for it. If you make it short right now, I'm sure there'll be something else that you can use it for in the next project. So don't be ever afraid to cut your stems. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring some pumpkins, and for that, I have pre-picked some of these pumpkins with just some skewers. And so that's going to be my front. Let me add my pumpkins. I'm gonna add two pumpkins right here. So I'm gonna add one right on this side, sitting like that. Let me see. Make sure that it goes onto the foam. So that way, there you go. There you go. And then I want this guy right here kind of spilling forward. So I'm gonna open a space right here and just make sure that it goes onto the foam like that. So that's gonna be our focal point. And at this point, if you wanted to glue them, you could, but because it's just for display for my background, I'm gonna leave them like this. So now I'm gonna bring some florals and we're gonna add some beautiful sunflowers, hydrangeas, and other flowers, so keep watching. All right, everyone, so now what we're going to do is we're gonna add some florals to our bouquet. And for that, I have dyed some of these beautiful white hydrangeas. I dyed them with a purple and a burgundy color. If you know, there is a spray just for sale flowers. And I get those at Shinoda Design Center. But so what you do is you do a coat of the burgundy and then you do a coat of the purple. So that way it looks like a full hydrangea. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add one right here, right next to our focal point, which is the pumpkins. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do two, kind of framing the pumpkin. So I'm gonna go over to this side real quick. And that's going to help us highlight, as you can see, those pumpkins. And I'm gonna add one right here to the side to fill in. And I love hydrangeas because, as you guys can see, just with a few hydrangeas, you really fill in your container, and it is a good way to save money when you are making these arrangements for clients. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add some sunflowers, and I want those sunflowers to kind of fly away from the pumpkins to give us some depth and dimension. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add one right here, right in front of my hydrangea. And at this point, it's kind of getting tough to get to the foam, but I'll find it. I found it. And you can always move the head of your flower like this to kind of make it look more natural as a fake sunflower will look. All right, so for this particular one, what I did is I grabbed a longer stem that I already had and I extended the shape of my sunflower to make it look even longer. So that way it can stand right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add one sunflower right all the way up here, because remember that's gonna be our total side. Just making sure that I find that foam. And look how absolutely beautiful she looks all the way up there. And so then now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna find another one, and I have put a skewer on this one. Now here's a trick. When you do a skewer, and if you have those two colors, as you can see, the stem is one color, the skewer is another one. However, I did need it to extend the shape of this particular sunflower. So what you can do is grab some of this florist tape, and then you're going to cover all of this skewer, and it will just be the same color as the sunflower stem. So now you have yourself a long stem for your sunflower that is going to allow you to help. Now I want those three to be kind of like a focal point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this sunflower right here. And see, you have your set of three right here. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to that side. I'm going to set of two, because we always work in sets of threes, twos, and ones. And what happens on the right happens on the left, but because three happen on the right, that doesn't mean that three have to happen on the left. If you have two on this side, you could do one on the other side. It's just to pull your eye over to the other side and to make it look even more cohesive. Now, because I'm going to do two, I have these particular ones right here that have three sunflowers in them, as you guys can see. So what I'm going to do is I did three large on the right, and I'm gonna move to the other side, and I'm gonna kind of bring it to me. And I'm going to do two, but with more flowers, because that'll just visually be more appealing and pleasing to the eye. So I'm gonna do one right there, and then I'm gonna do one over here on this side. And I'm going to just find that foam, make sure that, there you go. I can hear that poke. And look how beautiful. Now what I'm going to do, because we have a set of three, a set of two, so I'm gonna grab a one, I'm gonna grab this one right here, and I'm going to poke this one right here in the middle with the sunflower. So for that, I'm gonna bring it over to my side, and I'm gonna go right in the middle, dab in the middle. It is sometimes hard to see when there's so much greenery now there in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just push this out. There you go. And just like that, you get yourself a beautiful arrangement for fall. This can be for your entryway table, it can be for your console, for a mantle, or it can just be for a particular event that you're having, for even a tablescape. something that you have to remove, obviously. But I'm gonna put it right here behind me and I'll show you the end result. You guys, I just want to share with you real quick what this beautiful floral centerpiece looks like right here on my mantle for my backdrop in my studio, which is what it was intended for. But I just love the play of the blue and white with the oranges and the fall foliages. It's always been my favorite combination, fall and blue and white, and I cannot wait to share more of that coming very soon. But I just want to encourage you to give it a try to make yourself a beautiful fall centerpiece, whether it's for your mantle, your entryway table, or anywhere around your home. I know that you will love it. What do you guys think?